Hi folks, we just finished the fall major tournament for the opening round. This is Expert Division. I'm just going to put out some content here to so I can follow it for the weekend round and maybe tweak some shots here or there. Let's see what happens. Let's get started with the video anyhow. Alright, this is hole number 1, par 4. We played this with the quarterback, plus 20% elevation. What do we do? I believe we went 1 top spin, 3 right spin on it. What we're trying to do is hit this down in between the sand traps. Somewhere in that range. You can see I'm at plus 9 yards, plus 8. I'm trying to put it around plus 7. This way you can pretty much hit the drive the same distance every time, and then you know where you're at when you're trying to set your mid-max for your next shot. The next shot we're going to play at plus 10 elevation. Take a look at your yardage here on your first. 323. That'll tell you what to do for the next shot if you mark it down on a piece of paper. Alright, here's shot number 2. We played this, like I said, at plus 10%. Now what I'm trying to do here is find out where my mid-max medium distance is. Looks like we're somewhere around medium. We're going full backspin with about 2.5 bars right spin. You can see with the ball guide, if you look at the tip of the ball guide, we're trying to move it back and forth a little bit to find out where it stops. Where it stops is generally the funnel. I really don't like this angle that great, so I might change it and fix it in the next round. Instead of going with the right spin, I might go 1 bar less. Or I might play it like I did. You can see it went way up that hill, more than likely because I hit great. When you hit great, it tends to carry it further. And that's why we missed there. But yeah, like I mentioned, I might play it like I did in Pro and have no side spin. So that's still a work in progress, hole number 1. So we'll see you on the next hole. Alright, this is hole number 2, par 3. Played this with the Kingmaker. This is 30% elevation. We're trying to get that yellow target as close to the edge of that rough as possible, giving it just a slight bit of backspin and about 1.5 bars right spin. And you can see where the yellow target is, fairly close to the edge there. And I put this around the 3-yard marker. Works fairly well. Now I believe I hit this just straight, no curl. I know in Pro or Rookie I give it just a touch of curl to the right, because sometimes it does tend to drift to the left here on this particular hole. So that's hole number 2. Alright, let's get started with hole number 3. This is the par 5. We don't have a high enough Thor's hammer or anything, so I pretty much have to use the extra mile 8 here. Even though I don't like the accuracy as much as the Thor's hammer, but I think the level Thor is only level 4 and our APOC is only level 2, so pretty much forced to use the extra mile here on all our clubs. Or all our holes, I should say. So this one we played at 0% elevation, 6 top. About 3 bars right, I believe I went. But I got written down full right, so you could go full right and you'd still be fine on this hole. This hole I used the Kingmaker, but you can also use a Titan if you prefer. The Kingmaker to cut down the wind a bit for the second shot. Here's shot number 2. Believe we went with the Guardian here. And what we're trying to do is go full back, one left, trying to set this up so it's in the center of that dark square just before the second one over from the flag. Pretty much in the center of that dark square. You can see when you moved it there, it almost like it went inside a divot or something. You'll see the twitch in the guide. Okay, another point to make out with this hole here, I got it written down here, is I would set this depending on your initial shot. If your initial shot is 371 yards, I would play this at mid 50%. If it's 373 yard drive, I would set it at 43%. And I would set the wind, if it's 369 yards on your drive, I would set it at 57%. And if it's at 367, 64%. So for every 2 it drops, 2 yards, I would add 7%. And for every 2 yards you add to it, you would subtract 7%, if that makes any sense. So let's go back and see what the how many yards the drive was here. Here's the drive. So yeah, 369. So I set this, the wind percentage here at 57%. So it's not quite mid, it's 57%. It's getting closer to max. So that's how I play that hole. Alright, this is hole number 4, par 3. This here we went with the Goliath. We're trying to look at the plus 4 yard marker here. And with Goliath 7 and above, I would play it the exact same as this. Put the red target just touching the rough on the right hand side. Hit the 4 yard marker. Look at the tip of the ball guide where it's bouncing there. And this is played at plus 10% and max distance. So that's 1 back, 5 right, plus 10% max distance with the Kingmaker. And just hit it perfect here. Pretty much going to get a hole in one every shot. So, thanks for watching hole 4. Catch you in the next one. Alright, welcome back. Hole number 5. What do we have here? Par 4. This year, again, I don't have the APOC, so I don't have a high Thor, so I'm forced to use this extra mile. So I'm trying to find the right amount of top spin for the wind I'm playing here. And you can see what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to look at this ball guide and have it going just to the right or just to the left of that last tree there. And I'm going full overpower and about a half a ball curl. Or just slightly over a half a ball curl. And there you have it. It rolls really nicely on the green there. It comes back down towards the hole. So once again, this works very nice for this particular wind, 10.5. If you have a little bit lower wind, you might want to increase the top spin a little bit. So on and so forth. A little bit higher wind, take the top spin off just a hair. So the top spin is pretty important factor, because you're already going to go with full overpower here. And like I said, make sure you got half a ball curl, meaning the center of the ball should be the center of the right target. Pretty much, that's what I mean by a half ball curl. And I went just slightly over a half a ball. So there you go, you can see how it responded to it. Give yourself a putt for an eagle. Good luck with that one. We'll catch you on hole 6. Welcome back. Hole number 6, par 5. Extra mile 8 here. Full top. At least one left spin on here. Left spin don't matter too much. You can go 2 bars, 3 bars. I'm sure you'd be fine. What we're doing here is we're adjusting at 10%, I believe. And then we're gonna, actually the first shot is 20%. Then we're gonna push it back up. And then pretty much full overpower here. Yeah, max overpower. I don't believe I went with max overpower here. I believe I went off just a little bit, but you can go max overpower here. You can great ball it left or right. You'd still be fine. So don't worry about that. But make sure you're not great ball too much. Alright, this is shot number 2. We played this at minus 10%. Now I always like checking where I'm at between mid and max. Like I said before, you can mark down the yardage. I believe I wrote down one thing here. 423 yards was mid. But anyways, this top spin, I believe I give it what? 3 top here and 2 left? Yeah, 3 top, 2 left. But next time I play this, seeing you got a strong tailwind here of 8.2. Next time I play this, I'd probably give it 2 top or even 1.5 top. As you can see, kind of rolls through the hole and past. And it did go just a touch to the right, so I might just move the ball guy just a touch more to the left next time as well. So that'll be a fine tweak for the next time I play it. That's hole 6. Alright, this is hole number 7, par 3. A tricky par 3, but I believe this is the way to play this hole. I just had a little bit of bad luck on it, I think. I played this at 15% elevation, plus 15 with the Kingmaker. And you can see what I did with the backspin. I believe I went with 3.8 back, full right. The white target should be touching the rough on the bottom, and you can see that first bounce on the green is pretty much to the right side of that black square, and you can see my white target is not quite touching the rough where I wanted it to be touching, so it could have been moved back just a bit. And when I curled this, I curled it so that the left ball, you can see it stopped there, which was unusual. I wanted it to come down, roll back down the hill. We would have a real good chance for a hole-in-one. So we were a bit unlucky, like I mentioned, but the curl here, like I was trying to say there earlier, with the curl, you want the left part of the ball. You want to curl it to the right, of course, but the left part of the ball has to be on the left side of the target. Meaning, you know how the target's thick there? The left side of the thick part of the target on the right-hand side. So that's about the best way I can describe the curl to you. Left ball, the left side of the thickness of the target on the right. Not on the right of the thickness, but on the left of the thickness. If that makes any sense. So that's hole 7. Catch you on hole 8. Alright, welcome back. Hole number 8. This is a par 4. Just going with the big topper here. And a power 0 ball. Because we got a fairly low big topper. This, I believe, is a minimum distance. You can see where the ball guide's going. See that bush there, pretty much center of it. And we're checking out the bounce. So the yellow part is touching the sand trap here. The ball guide's going right over top of the bush. And we went with a power 1 ball here. You can see, Navigator. That actually worked out quite nice. Set yourself up for an easy chip shot there. No curl, just a straight shot. 0% elevation we went with off the drive. And I'm not sure what the distance was. You may have to check it, but it could be min distance or mid. Getting my pro, rookie, and expert divisions mixed up, but that's hole 8. Welcome back. Final hole, par 5. Played this with the quarterback, playing down the right hand side, plus 10%, full left spin with a Kingmaker. Put the target so it's halfway into the rough with a red, and 7.3 wind. So we'd play this with around a half a top spin, not even quite. I think a half a top spin would be still fine here. Half to 3/4 I got written down for 7.3 wind. If you have like an 8.9 wind, I would go with no top spin. Because you want to put it close to the rough there, but not too close. And I do curl this. I curl it so the left hand part of the ball is pretty much with the left part of the outer ring. So you want to curl it a bit. We have a lot of side spin on this Kingmaker, so you don't have to curl it that much. And that's shot 1. Welcome back. Final shot. Shot number 2. We played this at pro, rookie, and expert. Quite a bit difference here in the elevation. It's all because of the wind here. We played this at minus 35%. And you can see what we're doing with the top spin and side spin. Going with about 3.5 top. We're trying to go just to the right of this flag here, basically, and have it drop back down the hill. So we're going with about 3.5 top, 2 left. And this is, you pretty much want to hit perfect here if you want to have a chance. We hit great. Like I said, you have to hit perfect here if you want a chance at that albatross. The great shot really throws it out to lunch, to the right there. So you want to be careful not to hit great here. But that's it. Final hole. Thanks for watching, folks. Best of luck with your round, and we'll catch you in the next one.